Gentlemen, wanted to make sure it was back turned on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into another live stream. This is 9/11 for Uber drivers. You could see there's a lot of XR. There's some XRP people. Then no, every coin's getting destroyed. But I thought that was a funny joke because they say Uber drivers always talk about XRP, and you gotta get in XRP. Female helicopter pilot. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Trump. I mean, that was crazy how right Trump was on that. And the thing is, like, we've been taught to be politically correct on this type of stuff. Is a female flying a Black Hawk helicopter? Huh? So Trump's absolutely right with it's more DEI stuff. I mean, it's terrible. Just not necessary, not good. And look at what it results in. My meme coin collection is getting my meme coin collection. My collection is getting it's getting put through the incinerator. Yeah, you got to just hold, man. Just hold and cope. Hold and cope through it. Yeah, Doge is getting crushed. Stock market is going to be red tomorrow. I know it's going to be a double whammy, just like last week. You guys remember last week the DeepSeek bullshit that happened on Sunday, where like the U.S. markets realized, even though it was lies, but like, oh, China creates this AI model way better than these multi-billion-dollar U.S. companies, and then Nvidia opens down 17 points or down 17%, and then it also affects the crypto market. It's like a double whammy. There's a big protest in LA right now, shut down the freeway. Over what? Trump investigating South Africa white genocide. Yeah, we'll talk about that. That's great. Yeah, South Africa is really racist against white people, the white farmers, and Trump's not going to stand for it. I'm thankful Trump is speaking out against it. That's really good. Because it's a double standard, and the United Nations doesn't do anything because it's racism against white people, so they don't care. So Trump has to speak out against it. And liberals can't even say anything because it's such blatant racism against whites in South Africa. So it's really bad. And you applaud Trump for saying something. They scrubbed all of her social media. Dude, they wouldn't release or confirm her name for like 4 days. Remember that? Because it's very obvious what's going on here. Trump says it's DEI. They don't release her name because they don't want it to look like it. And it's obvious. Diamond hands. Bitcoin always goes up. Oh yeah, you gotta have diamond hands for sure. And this is just coping through it. How much Nasdaq 420 do you have? I've got a decent amount. It's not doing well, honestly. It's having a tough time. Protesting ICE. It's bullshit. They're protesting what the deportations. Who cares? You're thinking about making Obama coin? Well, there's probably like 50 of them already out. Stocks tanking? Yeah, tomorrow they'll tank, I'm sure. Using tariffs like this is like playing darts blind. It is a lot of tariffs at a certain point. It's like, well, if you tariff if you tariff different countries, with different affecting different sectors, that could be a bit of an issue. You think this is market manipulation? This seems like it's. I mean, there's been a lot of there's been a lot of news that's affected crypto negatively. The Melania launches affected it negatively. The DeepSeek news affected it negatively. This affects it. This is the tariff news, I think, that's affecting this. But to me, this is the final sell off, and then we should go up. I mean, but it is cope. I sent you the Ray Stadium render in full picture. I'll have to look at it, man. What is it on Discord? You sent it. I'll look at it. Any thoughts on the Anthony Davis Luka trade? Yeah, very odd. Very odd, dude. I mean, everyone thought it was. I thought it was. I thought it was definitely a hacked account, or it wasn't. It's just it really doesn't make sense for the Mavericks to do that just based off of age. Also, Luka is just better than Anthony Davis, just in terms of like it being a guard league. I mean, Anthony Davis is a really good player. He's a good defender, but you're trading somebody who's 25 years old for someone who's 31, and the 25-year-old is, it's a guard league. He's a guard. He averages 28, 29 points. I mean, it makes no sense. But even if you were going to trade Luka, the way they went about it and who they got, it's like it's malpractice. Like if you're trading Luka, you might as well commit to a rebuild and try and trade for like, well, they didn't want to give him the super max, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know what happened there. We should ban the Mexican flag. Yeah, did you see this? Take a look at this. Why is there, look at these Mexican, this is in Idaho. See, I never understood this. They're like, you can be proud of your heritage, but it's like, we're going to protest us getting deported back to our home country by supporting our home country. Well, then why don't you just go back to your home country? It's like, we love Mexico. We support Mexico. We've got our Mexican flags. But if you deport us to Mexico, that's bad. So it never makes any sense. I understand, having you're Mexican, you like the flag, but it just makes no sense to be waving a Mexican flag, and that's the idea of you being deported. I'm going to protest against being deported back to my home country by waving the flag of my home country. I love my home country, but if you deport me back there, it's the worst thing in history. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Sure. When does Trump get that trade deal Malay wants? Yeah, I heard about that. I know what you're talking about. I don't know, man. I would imagine within the next few weeks, but with how the news is moving, he's focused on these tariffs right now rather than a trade deal. But maybe he'll do that to offset this news on these tariffs because everyone's talking about it. Sean, what's up, bro? Sean, I'm gonna what I'll have to repay you at some point, man. I'll have to repay you. They haven't even started deporting the regulars. They're only deporting the criminals, right? And that's what I was trying to explain to people on Trump's deportation numbers being lower. A lot of that has to, number one, when people reference Obama number deportations, it's not legitimate. If somebody says, well, Obama deported more, no, they counted self-deportations as deportations under Obama, so it's not even the same numbers. Booing during national anthem for Raptors game. I thought it was a hockey game, but no, yeah, I saw that. It might have been a Raptors game, but they might be doing it for multiple different games, honestly. The tariffs are going to absolutely destroy Canada. Yeah. Especially if he ups it to 50%. Why would the tariffs affect the market so badly? Well, it's just the market overreaction. It's just a market overreaction. It is what it is. But I mean, dude, crypto is getting destroyed, to be honest, and it's going to be a double whammy. Canadian here love the Trump tariff. Oh, dude, Reddit is going to, there's a lot of people that are just, they get so angry at any Canadian that likes Trump. But I appreciate it. Love the Trump tariff. Squeeze Trudeau's nuts. He could call an election now, but refuses to leave until October. Yeah. And that's the other thing I was saying about Canada today is they really have no leader right now. So it's a double. And I know that they're trying to say, well, we're going to fight back against this, but Trump is really taking advantage of Canada. They're leaderless right now. They don't have anyone. This is it. Trump says U.S. is cutting aid, launching a probe over land seizures against white farmers in South Africa. That's pretty big, man. That's pretty big. We got a Canadian here. I mean, I respect we respect Canada, man. We like Canada, we like Canadians. Your government has really done some bad things to the United States, and it's unfortunate. So if it's left Trump no choice. We have no choice. You see how you troll these Canadians? It's like Grammy Awards changed its name to Diddy Awards. Dude, I saw somebody at the Grammys, like some, I don't know, some black kid. He had like a house on, like he was wearing a house. And these people are just strange. I don't it's just odd, man. Is SPX 6900 a buy at 775 million? Well, listen, it depends what you're. I would say that's a good buying zone. I think MOG is probably in a better buying zone though, but SPX, yeah, I'd say that's a good buying zone. But you're talking about a coin already at 775 million. But yeah, I could still do like a 30 or a 40x, honestly. Pray for the Canadian people. That's a good message. Trump is trying to liberate Canada. You're right. You're right on that. You know what Denmark has done to Donald Trump? It's disgusting and it's sad. And international laws do not allow Denmark to do what they're doing against Trump in the United States, and we're trying to liberate Greenland. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. US is a bully. Well, Denmark's a bully. Denmark's the real bully, man. Denmark is big, bad, and scary, and the United States is trying to save Greenland. Trudeau trying to act tough as if he isn't a beta. Well, dude, what is Trudeau gonna even do? He's not even the leader. I mean, he's like, he resigned because he's got a 20% approval rating. So it's like, dude, why would anyone care what you have to say? He's just a puppet who's trying to muster up some courage to like, oh, we're Canada now. You can't, he's trying to galvanize people, and the conservatives in Canada are doing that as well. Canada was always effed up by shit libs here, but Trudeau took it to a woke level. Nothing but insanity for the past 9 years. You're right, and that's why there's going to be a correction. Canada is liberal, but now it looks like you're going to vote for a conservative mainly because you've gone so far left. People are over it. Luka to the Lakers for a pack of chewing gum was wild. Yeah, well, that happened. I saw that last night at like 1 a.m. That just makes no sense, dude. Was there like collusion with the Lakers and Mavericks or some shit? There has, I mean, that just makes no. Because the thing is, the only thing I could think of for the Mavericks is like if they got like a superstar, like 21-year-old or something, or a crazy amount of draft picks. Like, all right, you don't want to pay a supermax to Luka if you think he's chunky or doesn't have good work ethic, but I mean, you're trading for someone who's injury prone and 6 years older, and it's a guard league. Should I stockpile maple syrup? Yeah, there might be some things that go up a little bit. We'll see. I don't like maple syrup personally. Never have. It's just something about it being sticky and things like that. Luca got fat. He's always been pretty fat. He's always been on the chunkier side, Luca. He uses his weight. He throws his weight around. What did we do to deserve this? Yeah, I don't know either. You're talking about the United States. Canada is treating us terribly right now. I agree with you. It's been real bad what the Canadians have done, and we're trying to save them. So we'll see if Trump can do it. Trump is trying to save the farmers in South Africa, the white farmers and everything. Get ready for lumber prices to go up. Yeah, no, I would expect an increase on certain things like lumber. I mean, the US can produce lumber though, but it is going to take time for the market to adjust when more domestic production. they're still gonna have to get lumber from Canada, and so they're gonna have to pay the tariff on it, but then they're gonna raise the prices for a little bit. It is what it is. Canadian conservatives, yeah, the Canadian conservatives are pretty cucked. IFO, there is a difference between an American conservative and a Canadian conservative. They're more like center. Like if you're basing it off of U.S. standards, in Canada they'd be like more to the center, but it's still better than what they've had. No balls. Yeah, I mean, but that's how they've always been in Canada, and which is why it's kind of like weird to see them try and fight this. It just doesn't seem natural, you know. They're trying to fight this. I love the people of Canada, but leadership is ripping off American people through unfair trade deals. What do you think of 51st State Coin Canada? I used to own a lot of that. I sold it a while ago, though. Is it seriously going up? Man, it might actually be going up, dude. If it seriously is, I'll be pretty pissed off, honestly. Oh, you're joking. Well, it's at what 108K. Yeah, it didn't go up that much. I don't know, man. With these tariffs, I might have to make a quick purchase, honestly, guys. No, I'm kidding. I mean, I don't think Canada's going to be the fifth. It doesn't even make sense for them to be the 51st state. But I mean, he is really aggressive with these tariffs, and you can kind of understand the idea of crippling Canada, you know, to the point where it's just like, it makes so much more sense for them to join as a state if their economy gets crippled for a prolonged trade war. Because that's what's going to happen inevitably, unless, I mean, obviously if you're Canada you try and drive. I don't think it's going to have a crazy effect. When you look at the trade that we do with Canada, it is a small percentage. It's not a crazy high percentage. Is Canada going to threaten the US with what, though? I mean, they already put in tariffs against us to retaliate, but what are they going to threaten us with? Did it freeze? You're gonna if it's freezing, just re-enter the stream. If it's freezing, just re-enter the stream. Stock market taking another hit tomorrow. I know, dude. I'm getting pissed off because you know crypto's going to be affected by that. Could you imagine us going even down further in crypto? Yeah, no, this happens to other people's streams as well. That's what I realized. You just have to refresh it. Unfortunately, I don't know. It's a bug with YouTube. Sometimes it happens. If you ever get lag from me, it's very unlikely it's coming from bad connections. It's just from how YouTube connects to the streaming or whatever. We have our own lumber, yeah, but not enough. At least not enough to supplement like price hikes. There's probably going to be initial price hikes. This is the best option. Well, it does present a opportunity for crypto, but it's like I'm already in. I'm not going to buy anymore. It's like you know you got no money to buy it, and even rotating coins, there's no reason because everything is down. When is Bitcoin going to dip so I can buy in? I don't think Bitcoin's going to dip very much, honestly, man. It's just too established. It's too main. Bitcoin is too mainstream right now with all the hype from from like Trump being in bed with it and the Bitcoin reserve and everything like that. I mean, people are saying it'll dip down to 88K. I don't think so. What is it at, like 97, 98, 93 right now? Canadian here. I appreciate that, man. I don't blame DJT either. The meltdown here is unreal. Got called a traitor. Just, yeah, they're doing that now. Just because I'm not in favor of tariffs, but wanting cooperation makes it easier to justify leaving. Yeah, they will call you a traitor if you agree with Trump in Canada right now. Which honestly, I mean, I understand Canadians wanting to fight for their country and everything like that. But Trump is just hitting them really hard because the power dynamics between, I mean, any U.S. president could really do this just because of the power dynamics between the United States and Canada. Also doing it to Mexico, though, at the same time. 95K. Yeah, I mean, even it might dip even lower tomorrow, but I mean, obviously, it's still compared to where it was a year ago, it's doing very well. NBA is fixed. They have to have a strong LA franchise for TV revenue. Yeah, I'm really weirded out by that whole trade. The thing that I'm shocked by was that they didn't even shop Luca around. They just called the Lakers and wanted to trade with them. And on top of that, the trade makes no sense. I mean, if they would have shopped him around and stuff, I would understand it more. But like, if that actually happened to where they just called him up, Pete Buttigieg partly responsible for the airline's helicopter crash. Well, that was a DEI situation. Did you see that? Did you see the pilot? Yeah, that's not good, man. It's complete not just preventable loss of life. Trump is buying 5 million a day Ethereum. Yeah, Trump knows Ethereum's going to have a massive run soon. That's why he's been buying up a ton of it. Ethereum's going to have a huge run, as people have probably been telling him. It's going to be a huge bull run this next like 7 or 8 months. Mark Cuban is all about DEI hires. I know people are blaming Mark Cuban. No, it wasn't Mark Cuban, but they're like, well, Luca's white and Mark Cuban wanted. Come on, man. Mark Cuban doesn't isn't even majority owner of the Mavericks anymore. I think he owns like 5% or something. But he's transitioning into politics. U.S. a bully hurting its loyal neighbor. Listen, man, it's we've gotten taken advantage of. David Hagg is DNC vice chair. Yeah, that kid is a wacko, man. You see the history on that kid? His dad's like an FBI agent. He's just kid weighs like 20 pounds. Wait, David Hagg is going to be the Democratic nominee in 2028? I mean, this is just oh man. We love all Canadians. We love Canadians. We love doing trade for free with Canada. But I guess that's a good thing. That's a good thing that Canadians are calling us bullies. I guess that's good. I think Mark Cuban's dad changed his last name or something. I don't know. That's what people were telling me because I asked people about that. Why did Mark Cuban change his name? I think his father did. His last name. So you just want our resources? Well, no, we want to have a friendly trade relationship, and we would like to make sure North America doesn't get invaded. And we know the Canadian military is not to be trusted when it comes to allowing invasions. You ever watch the movie Flight with Denzel Washington? Yeah, that's a good movie, man. When he inverts the plane, it's a good crash scene, and yeah, I've seen that movie. The new head of the DNC is yeah. Did you see what the meeting last night with the DNC? It's like they're like talking about diversity and stuff. They just don't get it. They're still it's the same stuff. It's the same stuff with the DNC. They can't escape it. You can run, you can hide, you can keep losing, but you can't escape DEI. You cannot escape virtue signaling. You cannot escape white guilt. White guilt will always be a part of the Democratic Party. It's entrenched. They bleed white guilt. They lose, it's still white guilt. And they blame white people for why they lose too. It's just this Bermuda Triangle they're in. They just can't get out of it. Hogg was a senior at Parkland, Florida school. Yeah, I know the story. Yeah, they made him an activist after that. That's very strange. It's odd, man. Trump will implement big tariffs on Denmark. Well, Trump's going to do what he has to do to get Denmark. He called up the Danish officials and said it's either going to be the easy way or the hard way, and they freaking had a temper tantrum and hung up. So that's what Danish thinks, and that's just great with these smaller countries. Dealing with these smaller countries, it's a pain in the ass. I've flown once. Have you ever had any weird experiences flying? Yeah, I've had a few. I'm not a big fan of flying just because there's just so many people in an area and stuff. I flew a decent amount, honestly, when I was younger. We'd go on vacation. But the last time I've flown is like 4 years ago, honestly, so not recently. But yeah, I had some interesting stories, but I don't know, man. It's just a lot of germs and stuff. You think about it, it's like, I don't know about that, man. I mean, flying is, if you got to do it, you got to do it. It's definitely quick. Thoughts on USA being 7.5% white? The United States being 7% white? I don't know where you got those numbers, but bracketology 2.0 more. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to do that this week, man. I'm going to do it this week. I'm going to do the 2.0 this week. And it'll probably be once a week, I would say. I got frisked by a TSA agent. No, I lost an AirPod once and some other thing with a dude, but you think we should deport anyone who raises the flag of another country in protest, or am I crazy? Well, yeah, I mean it's hard to say we should do that, honestly, man. I understand where you're coming from though, but if you like, because when I see certain things, like when I see people burning American flags, I get really angry, but then I calm down and they're like, well, it's freedom of expression, but it's like there should be some things that are prohibited that are direct violation of just the country and disrespecting. Is crypto going to recover? Dude, it better recover. This is the problem with crypto, though, man. Think about what happens with the stock market tomorrow. And then is there going to be another leg down for crypto if the stock market is down tomorrow? This is another double whammy. I need Trump to do something with Greenland. I need that Greenland coin to go up. Trump needs to do something. What do you think will happen this year in regards to Canada and Greenland? Well, I don't know. Greenland, both of them are complicated situations. Greenland is like, I think Trump's going to get Greenland, but it's probably going to require some bullying of Denmark. So it could be a drawn out process with tariffs and threats against Denmark and Canada. I mean, looks like it's going to be a longer trade war. Crypto is done for. That's bullish news when people say that. That's when you buy. Trudeau is an idiot thinking he can win a trade war with the United States. Yeah, I mean, he's in a terrible spot, though. Canada's in such a bad spot right now. All right, man, we get you like Canada. We don't need the spam, though. Come on, man. We don't need the spam emojis. That's the problem. You're clogging up the chat when you do that. What's the airline company? I mean, I think United we mainly flew with. I don't know. United. Yeah, it was mainly United. What are you buying tomorrow? I'm not buying anything. All my money's already in the market, and I'm not putting any more money in the market. Um, I'm just not putting any more in. So, I mean, I would say tomorrow you could get some good entries tomorrow. You could get some good entries tonight, but tomorrow I think it's probably going to go down even further because it's crypto is going to react to the stock market being down. The loading emoji. Yeah, you're an OG man for that. I like that. That was like 2 years, maybe 2.5 years ago. Coins went down 20% past 24 hours. I'm selling my stuff. That's how you lose, bro. Don't sell low. I understand you think they might go lower because of the stock market opening, but I don't know, man. I would not do that. Can invading an ally ever be justified? Well, it depends. If the ally does something bad against you, then yeah, it can be justified. I mean, in this situation, this would just be a strict takeover by a more powerful country for resources and but I mean, honestly, it's more so bullying them into submission. I think that's how I would characterize it as. You got 1K viewers. I know, dude. This is so random. Because normally I'll never get to 1K viewers. But I'll get to like a few thousand viewers when I stream a big event. But normally when I do, just maybe because I titled it what I titled it. But yeah, there's a bunch of random people in here. I mean, I appreciate it. It's like you can tell it's a more lively chat. The thing is, I never check my live viewers. 9/11 fifth plane video. Also, thanks for the vids. Yeah, well, I'm gonna have at least two 9/11 videos coming out. One video talking about strange events that happened right before 9/11, like in relation to the Twin Towers, and then another one on Larry Silverstein. Election, how many did you have? A lot more. A lot more. I had like 40,000. If you want to make money with meme coins, you invest for 10 years. No, you just invest for a cycle. You could make money off meme coins investing for 10 minutes with a trade, but even just like 4 or 5 months. Have you seen the new 9/11 Plaza I mean, I think I've seen pretty much all the footage unless there's just new stuff that just came out like within the past week. Is there anything new on RFK Tulsi? I mean, I'll take a look at that. I think it's gone a bit better for Tulsi in terms of the markets. Yeah, Tulsi's back up to 62%. RFK's still at 76%. Patel, I think, is a lock, basically. Have you seen the World Trade Center recreation on Roblox? Yeah, I've seen those. Is more views good for you? I mean, of course, you want as many views as possible. Although for live streams, I guess it's just it doesn't matter as much because it's just like a one stream and you're not going to get as many of the return viewers for live streams or just people watching the replay of the live stream. NLV, thank you for that, man. I appreciate it. When will the Senate vote on the confirmations? I would assume this early this week, although I don't know exactly, but I would assume earlier this week. They've already had the hearings. Cash is the important one. Look, yeah, I think Cash for sure is going to be good. I thought he was really good when they tried being combative with him. Elon had a talk with two senators who were going to say no to Tulsi, and now they're saying yes. That's hilarious, dude. Yeah, well, Elon's got a lot of money, and he can primary these people with him funding the campaigns, and he said he was going to do it. So he's just bullying people into voting yes. Do you think we will get Greenland anytime soon? Well, I'm hoping it happens. Something needs to happen soon. We need some news on Greenland, honestly. Like I think Trump is, doing this thing with Canada, and then he'll start the tariffs on Greenland, and then it's gonna be better. It'll be good when we get the tariffs or the tariffs against Denmark, which will in turn speculate allow people to speculate that we'll get Greenland if he puts tariffs on Denmark or threatens Denmark or something. SPX 6900 crash is brutal. I mean, well, dude, honestly, I mean, not financial advice, but it is a really good entry point. But maybe tomorrow might even be better. Is it still crashing? Because I saw it went down to 75 cents or. Yeah, dude, it's down. It's down bad. I'm guessing Mog is down bad too. Like I don't invest in higher caps like that, but I'll tell you, those are some attractive prices. Mog's at 331. Did you pull from Nasdaq? Well, no, I didn't. I didn't pull anything from Nasdaq. I suffered a bad setback with the price. I mean, but why would I sell when the coin's down significantly? What logic is that? It just doesn't make any sense. I'm not gonna sell the coins down. You want me to cope and let it go to zero? I don't give a shit. I mean, I'm not gonna sell when it's down 70% in a week. God guy. Well, you're welcome, man. You're Jewish. You don't appreciate my conspiracies. I mean, I barely even say anything about it, honestly, man. If you don't like what I say, then there's a lot of other stuff that's a lot worse. I barely even say anything about that stuff. I know Doge is down bad, man. Doge is down like 19%, which is crazy for 21%. Doge is down 21%. This is the final shakeout. Trump calling with Trudeau tomorrow. Good news. Trump and Trudeau are having a phone conversation tomorrow. Dude, that dude was trolling about that, honestly. It's just like, come on. You could tell, like, you give me a 199 donation, you're just trying, come on. Panama president was literally crying on TV. Well, yeah, Panama came out and said Trump bullied Panama, and now Panama has caved in to Trump. Kanye West returns to X. Trump having a phone conversation tomorrow with Canada and Mexico to discuss the tariffs. They need to meet in person. Yeah, I do think meeting in person is better, but XRP getting destroyed. Yeah, I saw it. They made Kanye delete his tweet about Kamala. Really? I didn't even think that was that bad. From what I saw, what he said. He said he wanted to have sex with her or something. How can he have a phone conversation with us, Canada? In Canada, we don't even have a functioning government. Well, he'll just call Trudeau. Doge is down 35% in the last month. Wouldn't Elon Musk know what happened during the plane crashes with his expertise? Well, I don't know. I mean, there's investigations into it. I think it was the helicopter error, honestly, because there's no way a plane can perform a maneuver. The plane was descending, it was landing. That's a jet line. You can't maneuver around it. It's not the plane's fault. Good start to rebuilding Canada U.S. relationship. Yeah, I mean, but if the tariffs stay on, I don't know how much it's really gonna rebuild, honestly. Man, this coin is gonna. Kanye's wife was literally naked at the Grammys. Yeah, those people dress just this weird, man. It is strange. How's DJT 4700? I mean, it actually went up a little bit. It got destroyed because Trump launched a meme coin, and then it's been holding on by a thread like pretty much everything else. Helicopter pilot error. Oh yeah, 100%. What shitcoin should I buy? Just converted BTC for Ethereum. Well, I mean, but you got to do your own research, I guess, man. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you what to buy. Canada 51st state guarantees to liberal senators. Well, that's what I've been saying, man. That's why I don't. It's not gonna happen. It's just, it's not a good idea. But the senators is not even the worst. It's the electoral votes that's crazy. They get a crazy amount of unless you split this if unless you split it into four different states, which would be splitting it a little bit differently. Your XMR almost broke even from 4 years ago today. That's a dinosaur, bro. Dinosaur coin. The glory days of crypto in 2017, 2018 when I was in high school. Yeah, they just make a bunch of bullshit coins now. Just annex Canada, but don't give them voting rights for 25 years. Well, then just make them a territory, I guess. I guess the problem would be they'd want to have representation. That's the problem. But I think they would be good as a territory. It would be great for taxes there, and more people would move there, and they would get a lot of. They would get an infusion of money coming to Canada if they became a territory for sure. Will Trump release black box audio on that crash? Moved into Mogcoin instead of holding top 10 meme coins, maybe it would be easier to manage. Well, yeah, that would be way easier to manage. I mean, it depends what your how much money you have in your portfolio. But if you were the person that told me, I bought 10 meme coins, I was like, dude, that's crazy. You probably have like $1,000. It's just a way. It's not smart. Or the Rangers do? Wait, you're talking about the Texas Rangers? No, they're not getting a new stadium. Throw college football in there. There's not much going on. I saw the Michigan thing. Michigan's gonna get hit with something, but maybe just fines for that sign stuff. That's really the only thing I heard about college football. So did Trump buy TikTok yet? Well, no, Trump's not gonna buy it. Oracle is gonna buy it. Canada would be better off as a territory. Greenland should be 51st state. Now, Greenland cannot be the 51st state. They don't have the population. It wouldn't make sense anyways. You went from BTC to Doge. I mean, I guess now, yeah, now is a good entry point for Doge. Do you think they should get rid of the Pro Bowl? Yeah, I mean, I don't see the purpose of it. It's really sad. They don't want to risk injury. But even the Pro Bowl back in like 2013, 2014 was decent. It's just like the All-Star game, the NBA All-Star game. The NBA All-Star game was kind of still decent in 2013, 2014. Yeah, they didn't play much defense, but in the fourth quarter they played some defense. It was like, 150 to 145. But now there's just no defense played throughout the entire game and it's unwatchable. These players, they just don't care. They don't really care about the fans. It's all about load management. It's all about, well, the game's meaningless, so I don't have to try. BTC is king. Yeah, if you want a 2x, BTC is king. I mean, no, there's no reason. There's stocks that are better than BTC, I'd say for sure, just based off of its market cap. Blacks in South Africa really fought for apartheid to end for 50 years, only to destroy South Africa in 30 years. It'll be interesting to see what Trump does about that situation with the farmers in South Africa now that he brought it up. Any news from Greenland? No, there's not much. I mean, the news is all about these tariffs on Mexico and Canada. Honestly, man, there's really not a lot of news on Greenland other than the French offered to send troops to Greenland to secure the country, and it's a joke what they're doing. They offered to send troops to help protect Greenland from the United States. I guess Bitcoin below 93K. I mean, it's Bitcoin is stable though, man, and it's still a bullish period. I mean, you should see some of the how much some of the alts are down. It's way worse. Wyoming has the lowest population of any state, about 600K. Yeah, the problem is Greenland is 57K. Thoughts on Denmark saying U.S. is a bigger threat than North Korea and Iran? Did they seriously say that? I didn't see them say that. Did their government said that? Yeah, it's snowing in New Jersey. It was snowing here today. Yeah, I don't believe Denmark actually said that. Their government is woke and like well all those governments in Europe are woke. They're all woke in Europe. Why are Americans pissed? I don't think people are people. What do you mean they're pissed? What do you think they're not mad about the tariffs? I mean, some people are going to be angry. Liberals are going to be mad at the tariffs. It's just the reality of the two-party system. The government didn't say it. The people were pulled. Oh, people were pulled. What is the number one biggest threat? And they said the United States over North Korea. In wait, Denmark said that. Oh, oh my dude, Denmark is a fucking joke. Those people are so dramatic. I'll have to maybe cover that honestly if they said that. They didn't say that. Well, I guess they said it in a poll. Libs are rooting hard for Trump to fail ASAP. Well, they're going to criticize everything Trump does. It's just the nature of the game. Apparently, polls in Denmark are saying the United States. Wait, who are we a threat against? I just don't understand this. Greenland wants to be independent, meaning they want to be free from Denmark. So why is Denmark like hoarding Greenland? And so does Denmark think we're gonna take over? We're gonna invade like Denmark? I'm trying to understand. We're a threat to take a territory that does not want to be occupied by Denmark. Like if people understood that, just it just doesn't make any sense. What Denmark is saying, none of it makes any sense. Nevada became a state with 7K people. Well, no, now there's a actual barometer you have to reach to become a state. It's a statehood thing. You have to have a certain amount of people, certain amount of population, man. Greenland doesn't measure up to the population. I mean, certainly they have enough land and but they don't have enough population. I mean, maybe back in the 1800s or 1700s, states were very small, but it's a different. I mean, it's not gonna be a state, and it doesn't make sense for them to be a state based off of where it's located. Anyways, it's better for it to be a territory. I like all the states, to a degree, mainly being close by or connecting. Yeah, that's correct what you just said. Basically, Greenland wants to be free but cannot sustain themselves financially or have the military to defend themselves. So we should Stairway. You're absolutely right. That's exactly what's happened. I've been trying to explain it to people. Greenland wants to be independent, but if you're a Greenlander, you would much rather be in bed with the United States than fucking Denmark. Oh, is Denmark going to protect you? They're going to give you money for infrastructure? Fuck no, they're not. That's why their infrastructure is failing. That's why they have power outages every winter there because of the cold. Like this is the most obvious transaction ever, and what are we gonna have to give Denmark something? But these people in Denmark, I don't know what they're so mad about. You people don't even invest into actually doing anything with Greenland, anyways. It's comical when we're called a laughing stock when we carry the rest of the world, then we're called bullies when we put our country first and once and force other countries to do their part. Yeah, I know. I mean, but the United States, of course, we're going to be called a bully. Look at our GDP. Look at our economic power. Look at our military value. Look at our force. I mean, obviously, we're a bully. Yes, we're a bully. Absolutely, we're a bully. What do you want me to say? Go, we have to embrace it. I mean, otherwise, we're otherwise we're going to be soft. I mean, we're a bully. Look at our military expenditure. Bro, these coins, dude. Did I miss crypto shitstorm talk? Yeah, I've been talking about it the entire stream. I've been talking about it the entire stream, bro. Like, imagine what happens tomorrow when the market opens down. Oh god. You just gotta hold and cope. Nasdaq. Oh, dude, I don't even want to look to see what it's at right now. Oh, it's I think it's finding a bottom. It's finding a bottom. Yeah, dude, don't worry, it's finding a bottom. Grok 3. Do you know when Musk is putting out Grok 3, dude? Tell me he's putting it out this week, please. I need it to come out really soon. I need it to come out really soon. When am I getting the gold chain with my logo? I don't know, man. I don't think I'll get a gold chain with my logo on it. I really don't even have a logo, honestly. Can't look at Coinbase, dude. It's actually better not to look at your portfolio, just in general, even when it's up. Like you should have price targets, but it's a psychological thing to not look at it, or at least not have the prices on, so you don't see how much it's down or up. If anything, Canada and Denmark are the bullies. Yeah, I mean that's what I've been. I mean it is gaslighting, but that's what I've been saying too. It's unfortunate what's going on, honestly. But this is what has to happen sometimes. I mean, when we are this much more powerful than these countries, it's malpractice to be having these type of trade agreements. That's what Trump is saying. Perfect opportunity to buy the dip in Bitcoin. Well, I mean, yeah, I think it's a good buying window for Bitcoin. If you just want Bitcoin, I think it's a good buying opportunity. The release of Grok 3 is imminent. Yeah, hopefully like tomorrow. Imagine it comes out tomorrow. Yeah, I know it was supposed to come out in late January, but I guess it got delayed. How do you see the Canadian situation ending? I think Canada is going to realize they're going to be crippled by these tariffs, and they're going to have to give in. Canada, they still want to be Trump may want Canada to just join the United States, but I think it'll be some type of deal to remove the tariffs with Canada, probably, which is going to be viewed as a major win for Trump because, I mean, prolonged tariffs against Canada are going to really hurt them. Can you explain everything going on? I'm a Trump supporter. Are the tariffs really going to work? I have faith. And yeah, well, I mean, I think the tariffs are going to listen. When you look at the United States compared to these smaller countries that were tariffing, number one, we don't heavily rely on them for trade, anyways. So the effects it's going to have on us in terms of higher prices, it could raise some prices in different industries, but it's not going to have a widespread effect. And number two, the countries we're putting tariffs on, even they're going to do the counter tariffs, whatever. It's going to affect them way more significantly than it's going to affect us. So in the long run, it's really going to hurt these countries. Now they're trying to band together. If Trump puts tariffs on a lot of different countries, they're going to try and band together, and then they're going to start trying to trade with each other and trade with Canada, or excuse me, trade with China. But I do think this for the United States, just based off of the power structure, this should hopefully work out well. But I mean, you can tell some of these markets are not reacting good to this news because tariffs generally are when it starts out they hurt both sides. Unless they give in tomorrow. Apparently, there's a phone call tomorrow. I don't know. Bro, you gotta stop. I mean, we've given you enough here. You go to somewhere else, brother. Profile pic should be an NFT. I don't even own a single NFT, man. Honestly. Do you think Trump is trying to make the U.S. look self-reliant? Yeah, I mean, it's always good to boost production within the country. I mean, it's one of those, you know. I know the Canadian dollar got crushed. I saw. Banning people is weak. Really? He's going to message 400 emojis? Give me a fucking break. Do you believe that the 5 inhabited U.S. territories plus D.C. granted they vote in favor of become U.S. states regardless? No, I don't think that's a good idea. No, it doesn't even make sense for them to be states anyways. That is not a good idea. And it's not because, that's just independent person saying it's not a good idea. Iron Dome, yeah, I saw Trump wants a version of the Iron Dome missile defense. Well, I never suggested MicroStrategy 2100, bro. I mean, look, you do what you have to do. If you want to, it depends how much money you have and if you want to take risks or not on your crypto. It depends what your risk tolerance is, honestly. If you wanted to, what do you have right now? Bitcoin, or you could just buy SPX 6900 or MOG. They're at pretty good prices. How many states will Canada have? Well, if Canada became different states, I think they'd split up into probably 3 different states, and then the 3 upper territories would stay territories because there's not a lot of population up there. Anyone else think Commander in Chief needs to get some more sleep? He seems like he has a heavy heart. I will stand by him any day of the week. I mean, you might need to get a room or something, man. I understand you like Trump, but you're donating to me saying that. It's like, listen, I like Trump, I do, but XRP is down. They're all down right now, man. They need to find floors. Do you think the Trump is really going to try and make Canada the 51st state? Well, it seems like that's what he's trying to do through economic pressure, which is exactly what he said was going to happen. I mean, he said he's going to cripple Canada, and then they're basically going to be they're going to want to join the United States because it's he's going to say, "Well, we'll remove the tariffs." He's doing this all as a negotiation leverage tactic. It looks like to me. Please let 93 be the floor. I mean, I'm just concerned tomorrow when the markets open down, what's going to happen? Bet these people chatting are not crypto owners. Yeah, no, there's a lot of people that don't like crypto here, but crypto, it's this has got to be the floor of it. I'm getting this is bad, man. Guessing market will tank hard tomorrow, dude. We do the market. It just tanked. What do you how long? You telling me it's gonna tank again? I know what you mean because the stock market's gonna open, but it's like, bro, you're telling me it's gonna tank again? We don't. That's the last thing we need. Why would it be better for Greenland to be a territory rather than a state? It's not whether it's better or not. Number one, they're more liberal, so no, we don't want them to be a state. They'd be liberal, number one, but that doesn't even matter. They don't have the population to support being a state. Any opinion on Dolan? I don't know what that coin is, man. Dolan. I think it's already priced in crypto. I know, but the problem is, you know what happened last week with the AI fucking bullshit from China. That news broke on Sunday. Crypto went down. Then the Nvidia opened down 17%, and crypto went down even more. It's like this stuff keeps happening on Sunday. The market is closed, and then there's a reaction on Monday, and then it's a double whammy. They don't deserve statehood. Well, they just can't be a state. They can't be they just don't have the population. If they had a higher population, I guess, but even if they had a higher population, it would probably take years for them to be granted statehood. Like look at Puerto Rico. And we don't want Puerto Rico to become a state, and they don't want to become a state. They want to be a territory because of the taxes. Canada also takes our protection for granted. Yeah, but I also think it's a situation where Canada is located in a good spot as well. Another thing that people have to understand, like the relationship between the United States and Canada, Canada has to be nice to the United States. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're way more powerful than they are. We're both on a continent that's surrounded by ocean. They're forced to be nice to us. They have to be nice to us. If they weren't nice to us, things would end very badly for them based on how powerful we are compared to them. And so, like, oh my god, they're so nice. Sorry, I'm not trying to be a soy boy, but I was just saying, it's all right, man. It's all right. My apologies, but when should we hear about the confirmation? Yeah, I actually don't. I would say one of the confirmation. Somebody please tell me when the confirmations are happening. I think it's this next week. It's got to be this week. We're gonna hear about it this week. They did the hearings already. I mean, how long can they drag these confirmations out for? Thoughts on Elon Musk accusations? I didn't hear anything about. What are they saying about him? Super Bowl prediction. I'll take the Eagles, man. Why would Trump want to annex another California but on steroids? Well, dude, that's what I've been saying in my videos. I've been saying that in my videos. If you make them a territory, all right, but then they're gonna want to become a state anyways. That's the problem. But no, I agree with you. It just doesn't make sense to do it. Have you ever played Skyrim when I was way younger? Would the United States acquisition of Canada hurt the Republican Party? Well, if they became a territory, it really wouldn't. It wouldn't hurt them. No. Thoughts on the cartel problem? Yeah, well, now apparently they're telling them to fire at American Border Patrol officers. Did you hear about that? Yeah, I'm guessing there's going to be a big shit. There's going to be something big that happens with the cartel. Trump's probably going to have special forces go in and for operations. That would be my guess. You have to get control of the border and then do it, though. Uh, how old am I? I'm 25, man. What do you think of the hearings? Would what would the hearings have looked like if they have kept Matt Gaetz? I think it would have been basically impossible for him to have been confirmed. And plus, there probably would have been some things that got found out about Gaetz that you just it was understandable why he dropped out of it. If they did become a territory, what would be required to push them to be that? Well, liberals would have to get control of Congress, I believe, and that would start the push. But it's like, isn't the same thing with Puerto Rico as well? You know, because liberals have been pushing for Puerto Rico and it hasn't really happened. But I mean, the problem is you're talking about a lot more people. And they'd be like, well, we don't ever, but it would be good for them to be a territory. They would get big tax. It would be really good tax incentives for people to move to Canada if they became a territory and not a state. So they would get more revenue and generate more business that way. The UK owns Canada. What are you talking about, man? Puerto Rico can't even manage the landfills. Well, yeah, they do have a problem with that. Remember that joke? COVID really changed your early 20s and your perspective on politics, a lot more political on things than I used to be. Yeah, COVID changed that for you. What, because of the mandates and things. Daniel, I appreciate it. Thanks, man. Did you see the protests on ice in California? Someone told me about them. Yeah, it's irrelevant. Everyone should buy XRP. I would not advise that personally. Well, now is the time to buy pretty much anything, honestly. Waving Mexican flags to stay in America. Yeah, you saw that. Canada has too many foreigners in their country, too many Indians, don't want them in the Union. Canada isn't what it used to be. Well, I mean, honestly, dude, their population, if you look at their population you know, per mile, it's basically nothing. I understand what you're saying though. What is Melania coin at? It's got to be at nothing, dude. It's got to be. I think that wait, I actually think the Trump coin is not doing bad today. Oh, it is getting crushed now. Yeah, it was holding up there for a little while. It just got destroyed. It's recovering a little bit. Dude, this is such a crap. Like, come on. Canada is loaded up with Indians. Well, there was an initiative to like an H1B type thing to upgrade their country. That didn't work out. Dude, come on. I mean, and by the way, 80% of the supply is still locked supposedly. That's not this coin's had that type of dump with 80% of the supply locked. Trump screwed up the crypto market royally. Yeah, and so did Melania. The Melania coin also destroyed it. I mean, that's what I said when it launched, dude. It was the crypto market. The alts were looking good, and yeah, that coin did fuck it up a bit. You're right, 100%. I mean, but it's not like it's things aren't still gonna improve here in the future. But I'm not buying. I'm already in, dude. It's like I'm not really gonna buy anything at this point. I'm hoping my coins bottom out tonight, but I'm concerned about the market conditions tomorrow. Musk coin, sell now. I don't know. Is there a new Musk coin? I mean, it's hard, man. There's so many different. There's this Yi coin that got created. It's at 5 million. It's got a really low supply. Now, what you're saying, ice cream, is it's very astute. Generally supportive of these tariffs, but do you worry that the inevitable price increases will be a liability in the midterms? Love your channel and great work. Well, I appreciate that. That's you're very, yeah. So I think there, like, undoubtedly, if you start tariffing the hell out of all these countries, it's going to result in some price increases, especially in the micro, the short term. Yeah, I mean, but you have to understand with midterms with the incumbent party, it's already tough. The House is probably going to be tough, man. We'll see. The Senate should be a lock, but the House could be tough. It's already a very narrow majority, anyways. Do you still support Trump? I mean, why would I stop supporting Trump right now? This is a terrible meme coin launch, though. Melania coin was the truest shit coin ever. Yeah, the Melania coin was horrible because the supply doesn't even match the tokenomics. Like, the way it was done is just. I mean, there is the idea that Trump bullies Canada into submission with these tariffs, and it could be a positive. I mean, they're having a call tomorrow. We'll see what comes out of that. Increase prices from tariffs are not inevitable. Foreign importers will have to eat the cost in many cases since U.S. consumers will refuse to pay higher prices. Well, I mean, it depends how many tariffs you give out to these countries. At some point, there are going to be things that potentially. But the thing is, this is the other thing with tariff price increases. We just went through the ridiculous inflation. This is not going to be like inflation. It's not going to be nearly as bad. So I also think when you compare it to what just happened, it's and also you're getting something out of these tariffs as well. You're getting more domestic production, which eventually they'll be able to. And you are right. A lot of the foreign countries that are very reliant on the United States are going to have to lower the prices when they sell to the U.S. because they're just so reliant on it. And then the U.S. companies will have to pay the tariffs, but they're probably going to be getting the produce or the products for less from the foreign countries. So I mean, there's a number of things that could happen. Luka and LeBron, can that work? I don't know, man. The NBA is so weird now. I mean, like 10 years ago, that would never work. Like, how is that even possible? They both demand the ball like 24/7. But, now there's so many possessions, they'll probably just take turns. But that seems like it's a pretty crazy pair. Long-time lib, first-time Trump voter so far, really happy with everything. Yeah, Trump's hit the ground running for sure. What do you think is Trump's bedtime? Probably like 2 a.m., I'd say. 1 a.m. maybe. I agree with tariffs, but like 25% real. I know he wants to get a good trade agreement, but do you seriously think Trudeau is smart enough to make a trade agreement? Well, I think it depends on where Canada is right now. I mean, Canada is broken right now. They don't have real leadership. That's their problem. So I wonder who's making the decisions within their government. Do you still have Dark MAGA? No, I don't. I probably ended up selling for like a slight loss, but it's unfortunate. That coin should have done really well. And then honestly, it looked like it was going to have a revival, and then Trump launched his coin and it just destroyed it. What do you think about sending illegals to Guantanamo? I mean, they got to go somewhere. They have to go somewhere to be processed and sent back in cases. I mean, but it's like it's going to be overwhelming. There's so many of them. So I mean, they're going to have to be held somewhere. I don't. Yeah, no, that's good that you brought that up, Elijah. I like that. Panama withdraws from Canada's Belt and Road Initiative following a visit from Marco Rubio. I need to do a video on that explaining, and I'm gonna look into it though. But that sounds really good for the United States. It sounds like the United States, Trump and Rubio just bullied Panama to stop their little relationship they had that was developing over the course of almost a decade. They signed this back in 2017. They're developing a relationship, and what China is doing, it's soft power surrounding the Panama Canal. And so Trump is saying you need to give that up, and I would force them to sell their ports as well. They have to sell their ports or give them up. But yeah, that sounds really good, man. Like, people need to understand the dynamics of what Trump just did for basically nothing. He just bullied them into ending their relationship with China. If that is true. Like, that's the stuff that people need to be educated on. Like, that's something really good that Trump did that there's zero chance any liberal would do in leadership. Zero chance. And again, we'll see what the actual deal is. I'll look into it. And I also saw Rubio. Rubio said he basically told Panama, "You need to end this immediately. We're not playing around. You need to end your relationship with China right now. This is what we want. I mean, this is good." I'm glad we were getting away with the illegal immigrants that should have never been here to begin with. I have no problem with legal immigrants. Yeah, I mean, I think we need to pause immigration until we get all the illegals out, but obviously they're not going to do that. But I understand what you're saying. I mean, we don't know how many illegals are in the country. That's the problem. And they apparently they haven't even started on the non-criminal, like the non-violent offenders or whatever. They're really going after the violent offenders right now. Free healthcare with 5 month waiting list. Yeah, it is. I mean, there's certainly problems with the United States healthcare, but Canada's when they say free healthcare, talk to Canadians about that. I mean, but it doesn't take a genius to realize how that could be an issue. Free healthcare, the idea of free healthcare. Just looked it up. Apparently, Panama not renewing Belt and Road Agreement. Well, yeah, that's what he said, and that's what I saw earlier. That's why I tweeted it out. I was like, "This is great news." What are you buying during the dip? I'm not buying anything. I'm already in, dude. But it's like I can't even rotate because everything's down. So if I rotate, I'm selling out of a coin that's down and selling into another coin that's down. So no, I mean I'm not. Well, dude, honestly, if it keeps going down, I might have to bite the bullet and put some more in. Honestly, it just depends. But I'm really trying not to. I'm trying to save my money. But I mean, I have a lot in already, or a decent amount. No more immigration. I mean that's the problem. I mean, we don't even know how many illegal immigrants are in the country. So how are we going to accept more immigrants in at a substantial rate? It doesn't make sense. Indefinite pause on immigration. Well, I know there was a rumor there's going to be a 20-year pause on it, but I don't think that's going to happen. But that was Trump when during his first administration, he said we need to pause immigration until we find out what's going on. So that's really what should happen. I mean, especially because we don't know how many illegals are in the country. That's the problem. And liberals even said, even though I'm sure they made the number lower than it is because they want to make themselves look good. They even said there's 5 to 6 million. They said we know there's 5 6 million. We'll admit that. We don't know the exact number. How much money do you have in Trump? I never bought Trump coin, Trump's meme coin. Above 40K, you can typically get insurance from your employer. Rough for on self-employment though. Yeah, if you're self-employed, it's about 1,000 a month, I would say, for good insurance. So it's 12K a year. Now, I mean, obviously, if you have work, if you're self-employed and you make good money, I mean, you could do that. But you are right in terms of like American insurance. You could get decent insurance from your employer likely as long as you have a decent enough salary. How long are people going to keep their crypto if they already made a nice profit? Um, I mean, it just depends when people sell out, but no one's really making much money right now, man. Didn't Trump campaign on child tax credits to help with birth rates? Well, I mean, you look at the studies on that, it doesn't help with it a ton. It's more of a cultural thing, but I think it was more of a Harris thing, but I think it was bipartisan. They both did. Trump coin at $17, you sold at 70, dodged a bullet. Yeah, well, you sold basically at the high. That's pretty good, man. Depends on when you got in, though. Did you react to the Luka Doncic trade? Yeah, I thought it was pretty crazy, man. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Did you see how RFK Jr. cooked the Democrats at his hearing? It was absolutely beautiful how he called them out. Well, yeah, both Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren had meltdowns over it. The onesie. Alts at rock bottom, usually a sign to be bullish. Hopefully, this is rock bottom. I'm just concerned for the stock market opening tomorrow. These are the times to buy. No, I agree with you. Absolutely. As a Laker fan, it makes sense to you. Yeah, that it's crazy. I can't believe the Lakers got Luka Doncic. Uh, and apparently they didn't even consult with other teams. They were saying it's just makes no sense. Yeah, I don't know. I had like a randomly bunch of more viewers than I normally do. It makes for an interesting chat, I guess. I don't know if it's because I titled it, I don't know, but do you have US DGen index? Yeah, I do. I do have that coin, honestly. Do you support these onesies? Dude, what if RFK Jr. was like, you're a grown ass man asking me about onesies? What if he said that? What do you recommend buying during the dip? Well, it depends what your risk tolerance is, but like two good coins I know are gonna I think are gonna do very well. MOG and SPX, they're both higher caps, but they're down pretty significantly right now. I think you could easily get a 30 or 40x from here with them if you bought right now. Not financial advice, but those are coins I'm not even in personally. What's the update on Fartcoin? It's probably dipped pretty significantly, but I mean it was running earlier. It was like around 1.4. Oh shit. Oh, it dipped significantly. I must have not seen it recently. It dipped back under. Damn, that coin went to. Dude, the coin went to 2.6 billion. This was launched on Pump Fund like 2 months ago. Man, when you miss coins, it's just. Trudeau will submit soon enough to Trump. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. But if, I mean, hopefully something happens tomorrow so we can get this market turned around. Is Nasdaq 420 your biggest holding? Wait, was. I mean, the fucking coin tanked. It's. I think my biggest holding now is 4chan. Honestly, I don't know, but it's close. But I mean, it was. Kenny Dillingham, you're a troll, bro. Why would he come to Ohio State and be a coordinator? Come on, bro. You could have done it. You could have done. I know you do the random trolls, but that's not a good one, man. You could have given me a better, more realistic pick for the OC job, but that one, I'm not gonna be able to be trolled by that. I mean, it's too out there, man. How's poly market doing with the tariffs? I mean, the poly market. It doesn't. I don't think it really gets affected by that. I mean, I'm sure there's bets on the tariffs and things like that. If you want me to look at those. Tomorrow will be the worst. Well, hopefully not for crypto. We already dealt with a massive drop. I mean, I could understand it dropping a little bit further, but it's like it's going to be bad for the stock market tomorrow. What is Doge at? It's at 22 cents, bro. It's not doing well. I mean, for a coin with this market cap to be down 24% in a this is a different Doge. Oh no, I think it's wrapped. It's wrapped with BNB. Yeah, but that's annoying. Yeah, but Doge is down 24%. XRP is down 25%. Do you own Pale Blue Dot? No. I'm not familiar, brother. Zelensky is claiming Ukraine received only 75 billion. Yeah, I saw that. I saw Zelensky say that. Zelensky's getting angry about the amount received. I mean, let's get that war over with, though. I don't know what Zelensky's talking about. Looks like Buckeyes want the DC from Pitt. Wait, dude, oh man, you're right. They do need a new DC and OC. Man, they need a lot. I did hear that rumor about that. Ethereum is down a lot. Yeah, well, Ethereum pumped like 7% yesterday, and then this fucking tariff thing happened, and so it's down significantly. Trade wars, plane crashes, cartel wars, ISIS strikes. Yeah, I mean, I think it's mainly, I mean, the plane crashes, I don't think has a huge impact on this, honestly. I mean, if it started happening more, then yeah, but I think it's mainly the trades, the trade war uncertainty. And last week it was the fucking AI bullshit with China. What app are you using? This is a Gecko Terminal. It's not an app, but I use this because otherwise, if I use a Dex tools, it'll be the market cap of the coins will be blocked by my webcam, I think. Bro, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be putting your fucking address in here. Come on, this is stupid. We'll just do that. We'll give you 10 minutes. Tariff outcome prediction. Well, as long as Trump sticks to his, well, there's going to be a lot of economic pressure on Trump to end this, but I think China, or I think Canada is going to have to bow and give in to the United States. And then there'll be a deal to stop the tariffs. Maybe Trump really wants Canada to join the United States. If that happens, then it's going to be a really prolonged trade war, I think. Who gives in first, Mexico or Canada? Probably Canada. Trump going to increase tariffs on Canada. That would happen tomorrow, I guess, but they're having all having a phone call tomorrow, so we'll see. How long can Trump prolong this war without hurting his approval rating with normies? Well, I think it's tough, honestly, man. There's going to be a lot of negativity that comes out of this with normies listening to the media. I mean, we'll see. Ideally, it would be like a dunk on Trudeau in Canada tomorrow, but I don't know. There's going to be a lot of negativity about this because this is a more of a long term type thing. Normally in politics, that's not a good sign for like approval short term. Afraid of what the stock market will open tomorrow. Yeah, that's a concern, man. And how does that affect crypto? hoping for deportations around 8 to 10 million. Yeah, I mean, I just don't know how many illegals are in the country. I mean, preferably the deportations would be a lot, but I don't know if they have. I don't know if they can actually get that deport that many based on the amount of money they're spending on immigration force to deport these people right now. I don't know if they have the force to be able to deport that many per day. We're gonna turn this thing to January 6th so fast Trudeau won't even know what happened. You're gonna overthrow Trudeau. I mean, he's already basically what is he, just lame duck now for the next like 8 months. Did you see the video of LA with the LAPD versus ICE protesters on the highway? Yeah, I mean, I heard about it. Um, will meme coins recover? Yeah, of course the meme coins will recover. It's still a bullish period. It's a bullish period. It's a bullish time. Mods aren't letting post your address. I think that's probably just YouTube in general. That doesn't allow that. I don't know. Are you trying to post a link? If you're trying to post a link, it's not going to be allowed. Worst bull run ever. But I mean, people said that in 2021 with the NFTs going crazy. But this is what happens. I think this is just normal, honestly, man. It's not cope. This is what happens. Do you think XRP will bounce back? Well, I mean, I was never big into XRP. XRP already had a little bit of a run itself. I really shouldn't even be looking at it on here because it's not going to give me the actual. It's giving me the wrapped version, but I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean XRP took a dump. It took a pretty crazy dump, honestly. But I mean, when you compare where it was, it'll have more runs in it, I'm sure, this cycle. Copied and pasted ICE in Denver address. Yeah, I wish I wish I could I wish I could invest more as well, but I can't. What kind of setup do you have? I actually have four monitors, but I just have two monitors. One of them is a Mac though. I need a Mac because when I record some of my videos, it's so easy to just take photos from my either phone, my iPhone or my iPad, and airdrop them to my Mac, and that's how I can import the photos and edit that way. So I use my Mac for some like the 9/11 videos without face cam. Basically, I'll use for my Mac, and then all the other videos I use for PC. But this PC I just recently got, like right maybe like a month before the election, maybe like a month and a half before the election. I got this. I'm gonna have to get another new PC. Well, hopefully I'll have a good bull run here. But it's like either way, I'm gonna need a new PC at some point. Probably like a $2,000 or $3,000 one, but probably not very soon. Wasn't Satoshi outed as Canadian? No. Well, they've claimed a lot of people are Satoshi, man. They claimed the United States government was, and they created Bitcoin. Should I take my stocks out of the stock market? I can't advise you on what to do. I would say you panic selling. How do you stream? Is it a specific app? No, it's just OBS. I don't know, man. Like, maybe I should use Streamlabs. Is Stream? I was gonna try and add. Let me ask people if this enhances the experience at all. If I add the amount of users watching, like in the corner or whatever, because you can do that with Streamlabs. I was gonna add that for this live stream. I probably should have done it because I had a lot of people in this stream actually. I had like 1,000 people, but should I do that? I wonder if I should add that. But it's like to me, it doesn't really enhance much of anything, like because people already know how many people are watching if they just look at the if you just look under the title. Dude, really? What happened to my toys in the background? You gotta come on, man, bro. Come on. New PC will be a big write off, but I think it's like 40% or something. I don't know. I gotta talk to some tax people though about it. But you're right. That is a write off. Do you use any wallets, trackers, or bots? No, I don't use any bots right now. But when I sell, I might have to use a bot to sell. It depends what the coins go to. Streamlabs is worst, uses more CPU. Well, it really doesn't matter if you have a good enough PC. The CPU usage, the CPU usage is nothing right now for me. Trump is probably cooking something genius up as we speak. Hopefully, there's something to. I mean, this is not great with this, but I mean, I understand the tariff situation. The markets are going to react a certain way. Thoughts on Chip Kelly? I mean, obviously Chip Kelly had a crazy good. Chip Kelly did call some really good plays during that playoff run for Ohio State. He did. So it doesn't surprise me that he got an NFL job. What about Pepe? Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what is Pepe at right now. It's probably under 5 billion at least. Because last time I checked, it was like 6.1, 3.7 billion. Yeah, these coins are just these have got to be the last capitulation. Your brother Tommy said make take we're gonna take this country back so fucking bigly. Your caps are gonna spin backwards. Well, I appreciate the donation, Paul. Should I just take a break from looking at my portfolio? Well, I would tell you not to really look at your portfolio, whether it's up or down. It's bad in terms of you're letting your emotion win when you do that. It's a I would say don't do that until you're ready to hit when you hit your price targets. You just bought XRP. Congratulations, you'll get a 2x out of it. There's a lot of people buying XRP, huh? Let XRP tank. I mean, yeah, I mean, to be honest, you're probably gonna. I hope it doesn't take anymore. I hope crypto goes back up tomorrow. I'm just concerned. Almost under 2. I mean, but dude, what is it gonna do? It's gonna do like a 2x from here for a cycle high, man. Maybe a 3x. Do you have any go-to indicators? Do you just hodl or none? Well, I think the best making money in crypto is mainly based off of just holding for extended periods of time. But there are trading opportunities at certain points. But mainly, I would just say the best idea would be to hold for a long period of time. Pure manipulation. I don't understand. People keep saying there's like this crazy manipulation. This is what these coins. This is what happens sometimes when there's bad news and an environment creates these drops. I mean, it is what it is. You could say maybe manipulation when the Trump coin launched and it sucked all the liquidity. Dude, if you really think if XRP does a 10x, I'll send you like I'll send you $100 in Ethereum or something, bro. You think XRP is gonna do a 10x for? I mean, you think XRP is gonna go to $20 this cycle? Has Reddit always been a leftist echo chamber? Reddit is long gone, man. It's not gonna. It is what I mean. Reddit, and you can't even tell with the amount of fake profiles on Reddit because it's so easy, and it's Reddit, unfortunately, has definitely radicalized a lot of young kids and made them communist. It's not good, but listen, what are you gonna do? That is your mindset with crypto. You want to get in and out at a 3x. Well, there's definitely coins that you could definitely get more than a 3x pretty safely, but again, it is crypto. Reddit is not something you should look at in terms of politics, and it's very liberal. Reddit layout sucks. Really, well, I mean, maybe on desktop, it's yeah, on desktop Reddit's layout's kind of, it's kind of like it needs to be updated. On like the app is not bad though. I think the app's layout is good. Reddit radicalized you against the left. What? Because you saw the leftists there. I mean, it's very hard to find conservative subs. They banned a lot of the conservative subs off of Reddit. I think there's just our conservative left. They banned the main Trump one all the way like 8 years ago. They banned it 9 years ago. But there was a lot of crazy Reddit subreddits, man. A lot of crazy ones. Every post on Washington D.C. subreddit is about how bad Trump is. But that's pretty much every subreddit. That's like in pretty much everyone is like that. If it's like any state subreddit, any city sub, it's all gonna be just Trump is bad. Like that. That's just what it is. It's so extreme they'll ban or suppress center. Yeah, they'll ban independent people for sure, 100%. If you don't say Trump sucks, it's basically they think you're minimizing Trump's impact, and they'll ban you. Yeah, even our conservative is pretty liberal. I haven't been on there in the years. When I was on there, it was they wanted DeSantis. I think when I was on there a while ago. You went on Reddit recently and had a lot of anti-Trump right-leaning stuff on communities that had nothing to do with politics. Oh, that's basically if it's not a community specifically. I mean, there are good communities when they're dedicated to like a video game or something. But even that, dude, like you go on our baseball, and the first thing that'll show up is like some dude with a tampon on who's like, we need to boycott X posts on posting. It's like a baseball subreddit. We need to boycott X posts on here. Elon Musk did a Nazi salute. My life is ruined because Elon Musk did a salute. And it's what it is. They like throw a temper tantrum about it. It's like, You got a mass ban for saying Trump would win. Yeah, that makes sense. You bought Trump the day you uploaded the first video that you said it seemed like a hack. How crazy. Yeah, I remember that. I uploaded that the night it launched. The new vice chair of DNC of Florida threw an Elon, but no outrage. David Hogue. I mean, that kid weighs about 60 pounds. Is somebody gonna tell that kid to eat some food or? I mean, bro, you weigh like 50 pounds. This is concerning. Reddit is filled with liberal Europeans. Reddit is just liberal fucking slop in general. The Canadian dollar is getting destroyed. Dead internet is a thing. Yeah, it would be cool to see the amount of fake people, but we're never gonna see that, especially on Reddit. Imagine you could just have like a thing that says this person's fake. It's just like a badge on their account, and it just basically ends a lot of the arguments because a lot of these people aren't real, but a lot of them are real. To be fair. Elon is starting to live rent free in Deb's heads even more than Trump. I think it's impossible, but no, you're right. No, it's getting really bad with Elon. But of course, it was going to be really bad with Elon. The dude is absurdly powerful. Look at the wealth he has, and he's now conservative. They're gonna fucking hate that. Somebody tell me what's the deal with Vivek Ramaswamy? Ramaswamy came out and it basically criticized American culture, said we needed Indian immigrants, and then recently went on a talk show and said, like, double down on it. It hasn't been a good few. It hasn't been a good few months. AI is creating accounts. I don't know, man. That seems like cope. I think there's a lot of crazy fucking liberals, man. There's also crazy conservatives. It is what it is, but you get into an echo chamber like that, it's a swarm, man. You're not going to be able to combat this swarm, the mob on Reddit, man. They'll just ban you. I mean, you can't be saying anything on Reddit on certain subreddits. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this stream. I'll be seeing you guys another time. XRP climb. Hopefully things recover, but yeah, it'll start recovering, and then tomorrow the market opens. Boom. Russia getting their ass beat. Moscow has been invaded. That seems realistic. I know Panama pledged to end the canal deal. I saw that, man. That's good news. All right, I'll see you guys.